Hey guys, Thogden here, welcome back to a new video and welcome to game week 17 of the Premier League predictions. We literally can't go a day without a new game week over this winter period, can we?
We can't, we've just been streaming Newcastle, Liverpool, haven't we?
We literally just ended our stream live for 2.5 hours and bang, we've got Prem predictions. The content's coming every day, subscribe for more. We've got a good game week though, don't we, Dad?
We do, and because of that, I'd like 10,000 likes.
Guys, cut that out. Josh, the editor, cut that out. It's not possible.
The TDL is absolutely massive.
Last time. We might have hit it last time, but don't ask for too much.
10,000.
And if you are watching this in 2021, big up yourselves. And yeah, have a good new year. This is your year. If you're watching this in 2021, it's your year, I'm telling you. What happened last week, Dad?
Oh, Jack, mate, what a brilliant guess, but he only got 4 points.
Oh.
You got 6 points,
okay.
I got 8 points.
But you also got the last game week before we film the other one, so you're a little bit ahead of me now.
I am. The scores on the doors are as follows. Guess 81, Thogden 102, Thogdad 108.
You're a bit ahead. I'll catch up this game week.
No chance.
Let's start with Everton versus West Ham. I stole your job. I stole your job. Go on, you read it out then if you think you're so good at it.
And the first game is Everton against West Ham United, 4th against 10th.
Yeah.
Now, Everton, 13 points in 5 games there.
Mental.
And they're rested because their game was postponed, wasn't it?
Yeah, they don't have Allen or Richarlison in this game, but they're still performing without them. They just beat Sheffield United 1-0. They obviously didn't play City because that game was called off with COVID. So they had a bit of a rest, revitalised to play West Ham at home. Do you think they'll get the win?
But I'll tell you what, Theo, West Ham haven't been brilliant recently, but not a bad draw against Southampton.
It wasn't terrible, was it? And, you know, on the XG, as much as some people maybe listen to that, some others don't, but they had a higher XG than Southampton, and as much as they got a 0-0 draw, this is the return of David Moyes to Goodison Park. He's not going to disappoint, is he?
I think he might. You know what? I'm going with an Everton win, 2-1. They're rested and that a little bit better.
That's a big statement. That is it. You know why? Because you think Everton will keep winning. My score, finally, is 1-1. Everton 1, West Ham 1. I can't see Everton beating David Moyes. I just can't. Maybe Ancelotti will do it. He's a great manager, and Everton this season have been quality. It wouldn't surprise me if they win, but I'm going for a draw.
And now over to our special guest.
West Ham haven't won in 4. Everton have won their last 4 games despite having lots of injuries. So I think this game is going to be 3-0 to Everton.
Over to Lancashire now for Man United against Aston Villa, 2nd against 5th. And this has got to be the biggest game of the weekend, eh, Theo?
Well, in the league it is. And United fans will be delighted to know that Liverpool have dropped more points last night. Who'd have thought they dropped points to Big Sam, West Brom, who he's lost to everyone else. They also drew to Newcastle, who haven't even been that good. What is going on with Liverpool? But it's great for United because if they win their game in hand, they're on the same amount of points at the top of the table in the Prem.
Absolutely. Now, Man United, it was that man, Marcus Rashford, MBE, wasn't it, who was the hero, that late winner against Wolves there.
Created by Bruno Fernandes. He just keeps performing, doesn't he? And yeah, that was a great win. They kept it late, but it was. And for Villa, they also have been doing really well lately, haven't they, Dad?
They certainly have. They've got 11 points in 5 games. Now, they've got a run of hard games, but they did all right against Chelsea with that 1-1 draw.
I called it, I got it spot on, and I just thought they'd hold them out, and I backed the Villa for once, the Villa fans.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I backed you and I got it right. You know what, this game, I just think United, they're on good form, they're playing with confidence, Bruno and all. I'm going to go United 2, Villa 1. I think Grealish will get a goal. Remember that Grealish goal at Old Trafford, though? That was special. Do you remember it?
I do, and that was special. And you know what, Theo? I'm just going to agree with you. Okay. Man United 2-1.
Big statement.
Let's go over to our guest.
Aston Villa's defence has been amazing this season with Emi Martinez in goal. I really wish Arsenal didn't sell him. I think this game's going to be 1-1.
And now it's 7th against 11th. Tottenham Hotspur against Leeds United of Yorkshire. What can you say about Tottenham first? 2 points in 4 games.
Well, overall this season they've been decent, but on recent form it's not been great, has it, Dad? People are starting to crack the Son Kane thing. You know, they need to find another man to run the show. And if they don't, they could continue to go on a bad run. It depends what Jose Mourinho is going to do with the system. I mean, Bale's not really turning up like they expected, is it, Dad?
No, that's true. Now, this could be a fascinating game. I think Jose's tactics have been suspect at times. There's times when I expect him to attack and just beat teams properly.
Yeah.
But Leeds United, I'll tell you what, winning 5-0 away at West Brom.
Impressive.
Did anyone predict that?
Big Sam in. Does that mean they're going to be harder to beat? Boring football? Who knows? Who knows? Do you know what? 5-0 Leeds. 5-0 Leeds.
Bloody hell, how did he get that right? And he still ended below us in the points overall. Unbelievable.
But I'll tell you, watching Leeds this season has been amazing. They've scored 30, they've let in 30. Brilliant for the neutral there.
But they're so hard to predict.
Yeah.
Because they can go from a 5-2 to to 1-0. And that is why in this game, I'm just going to go Spurs 1, Leeds 0. I just reckon the way Leeds are, they're a weird old club. All right, they go from these high-scoring games, 6-7 goals in a game, to 1. I just think it's going to come. You know, it's not going to be a big win because Spurs are going to get that goal and I reckon they'll sit back. You know what Jose does when they get a lead, and I reckon they'll hold on. It's a big statement, but I'm going for it. Do you agree, Phil?
I don't at all fear there's going to be goals in this game. Okay. Now, massive respect to Leeds. They've won 7 games already. That's the same as Man City and Chelsea and Tottenham. It's absolutely incredible.
It's mad.
But I think there'll be 4 goals here and the score will be Spurs 3, Leeds 1.
Big statement. If that's what we reckon, let's go over to the guest.
Leeds have been in better form. I think it's going to be a draw as well. I think it's going to be 2-2, high-scoring game maybe.
Over to the other end of the table now. Crystal Palace against Sheffield United, 15th against 20th. Now Crystal Palace, no wins in 5 games. But Zaha looks pretty good there.
He does. What a goal. What a well-taken goal versus Leicester. Actually, both goals were well-taken. Barnes was called Harvey Barnes. We're talking about Palace here. Great goal. What do you think about Roy, Dad? Is he the one?
He is, absolutely. But this is where they need to get 3 points.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, 1 goal every 3 hours. Not good enough there.
But they're gonna find a point eventually. I know they lost 1-0 to Burnley. They got shithoused.
Yeah.
And they used to be the shithouse team. No, in fact, no. Sheffield United used to play good football.
Yes.
They used to get wins. I don't know what's happening. I really don't. But, you know, I keep backing them. And I keep losing out points to you because you don't. And I'm going to back them again because I'm silly.
Oh!
Blades fans must love me at this point. They probably don't even watch the videos. Probably don't even like football at this point looking at the Prem table. But I'm going to go Palace 1. Blades 1.
Now, Crystal Palace fans have started to hate on me and say I never predict a win. And they say they're going to kidnap my meerkats if I don't predict a win. So Crystal Palace 1, Sheffield United 0, and my meerkats are safe. What does our guest think?
I think this game's going to be 1-0 to Crystal Palace.
Brighton and Hove Albion against Wolverhampton Wanderers, 17th against 12th. Now, both of these teams lost last week, and they're both struggling, aren't they, Theo?
They are. It's one of those games where both of them lost 1-0, actually.
Yes.
To the old top 6 name. Yeah. I mean, Arsenal aren't exactly a top 6 but team.
Oh, Theo.
But you know what? It still is the name top 6. But they both lost 1-0. And Wolves players look absolutely gutted, conceding late to Rashford. You know what? They really fought for a point there, and they were unfortunate. I think coming into this Brighton Wolves game, they'll both take a point, won't they? They're not really both performing recently either.
I think Brighton need a win.
They do.
3 draws and 2 losses in the last 5 games. Graham Potter, do you sack him, Theo?
I thought he got his tactics wrong against Arsenal, to be honest. Malpai, in the game he wants to play, scored in the last game, benched.
Yes.
Welbeck against Arsenal. I mean, you've seen the way Iwobi played against Arsenal, got the assist. You've seen the way Theo Walcott played against Arsenal, he got the goal. Benched. I reckon he would have done something, but... And Solly March, who's been brilliant this season for them, benched as well. I think Graham Potter simply got his tactics wrong. And it's coming to a point where Brighton should actually consider sacking him.
Wow, that is very interesting. But Wolves only 4 points in 5 games. What's going wrong with Wolves there? Is it Jimenez?
Well, they played well against United, who are one of the best form teams, and they only lost 1-0. They just miss a striker. They need a striker. It's as simple as that. They can't rely on a geezer younger than me, Fabio Silva. By the way, 40 million price tag. Don't know how. But they can't rely on that guy, can they?
No, they can't.
But you might as well have me up front. You know what? I'm off to sign for Wolves. See you later.
Yeah, see you later, Thog. And whilst he's gone, I'm going to predict Brighton 1, Wolves 1. Thoggy, what do you reckon?
Hey, you copied me just because I went out the room. You look at my notes. I went for the exact same thing. What's the guest going for then?
Wolves have looked alright, but they don't have Jimenez to bang in the goals. I think this game could be 1-1.
West Bromwich Albion in 19th against Arsenal in 13th. Now, West Brom got battered. And what about that own goal there?
That own goal? Oh, Sawyers. Oh, I just realised. Sawyers had a mare. And can they bounce back? They got the draw to Liverpool. They drew against the top 6 team. They're playing another top 6 team again. Will they do it against Arsenal?
No, they won't. This is a job too far for Big Sam.
Really?
I respect him hugely for obvious reasons, but no, West Brom are going down.
That's a big statement. After losing 5-0 to Leeds, it's easy to say, coming into this game, I don't think Arsenal will score as many as Leeds. They don't play as good, fluid, attacking football. But what I can say about Arsenal is Lacazette is back, took his goal really well against Brighton, their 1-0 win. Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka and Martinelli, they're just so good. Like, they have been brilliant lately. Saka's been creating, Martinelli's been a serious threat, and Smith-Rowe keeps things ticking together. He's a creator, he got the assist in his debut, and I think he's really doing well under Arteta. If they keep that lineup, so honestly, Aubameyang's been the worst out of all the guys I've just mentioned for Arsenal. Maybe he should be benched. He's offering nothing.
Wow, but going straight to my prediction, West Brom 0, Arsenal 1.
That's exact same as I'm going for again. Let's go over to our guest then.
I think we're going to run over West Brom. I think it's going to be about 4-0 to Arsenal. I think our form's been amazing. We've finally started playing our youth players. Emile Smith-Rowe is the next De Bruyne. We've got Martinelli, who's looked amazing since he's come back. And Saka is honestly our best player. I don't care if he's a teenager. He is the best player at Arsenal Football Club at the minute in terms of form. So yeah, 4-0.
Burnley against Fulham, Lancashire against London, 16th against 18th. Now, Ben Mee, wasn't he good for FPL managers, Theo?
He won them the game, defended really well, got 3 bonus points on FPL, man of the match, scored the goal, 1-0 win, boom shakalaka. And if you had him on fantasy, you did very well, but one of my competitors in one of my leagues got him, bloody Zach. You could do one, mate. Fuming!
Well, Burnley have got 10 points in 5 games. Sean Dyche, another masterclass out there.
3 wins in 5.
I know.
They've been on really good form. But coming into this, Fulham are the draw specialists. And it just makes me want to go 1-1.
I'm very tempted by that, but I'm going to say something different. Burnley 1, Fulham 0.
Burnley are the 1-0 club, so that wouldn't surprise me. I just think Fulham aren't a bad team, you know. I think Scott Parker will find a goal. That's my prediction.
Very interesting, but what does our guest think?
Well, Burnley have looked a lot better recently. They've got 3 wins in their last 5 games. Fulham haven't got a win in a while, so I think this game is going to be 2-1 to Burnley.
Newcastle United in 14th against Leicester City in 3rd, and we've just watched Newcastle, and defensively they were really good. But can they go one step further in this game, Theo?
My honest answer, no. Because they did really well defending, but Darlow, he's a Geordie legend now. He's not a Geordie himself, he's actually from Nottingham, I think. He's a legend within the Geordies, because the way he played versus Liverpool, some of the saves he pulled out. I mean, I've got man in my fantasy team, I want him to go in, but he did so well. We just streamed it, literally now. Don't miss on the streams, get notifications on so you never miss them. But coming into this game, I just think Leicester will find a goal from somewhere. The way Harvey Barnes took his goal, it was his weak foot. He shoots better with his weak foot than his strong foot. Anyway, I'm going to go Newcastle 0, Leicester 1. I just think it's Jamie Vardy time, probably, hopefully not for FPL. What do you reckon?
Well, that's a very good shout, but you know what? I'm just going to go with a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, it could go either way, in fairness.
And let's hear the prediction of our special guest.
I don't think Harvey Barnes is going to need to get an equaliser this week, because it's going to be 2-0 to Leicester City.
And now for Chelsea in 6th against Manchester City in 8th. And Chelsea really need a win, don't they, Theo?
They do. Lampard, some Chelsea fans have been questioning whether he is the man long term. And it's fair to say, if you look at their recent results, it's not been great, has it?
It hasn't, and those German guys are just misfiring, aren't they, Theo?
Havertz and Werner. Have your own say in the comments what you think about this, and actually let me know what you predict for this game, because it's Chelsea versus City. This is such a good game in the past. Head to head, this never ends a draw. Like, one team turns up, and if Lampard doesn't win this game, do you think he could be at risk of certain... I'm not going to say it.
Well, it's a very interesting one, isn't it? But Man City, you know what? They're just picking up points, aren't they? Steadily. They've not lost for a very long time.
And away from home, recently they've been great since that Spurs 2-0 defeat. But they did lose that big game. Can a certain other scoreline happen like that? Could they lose 2-0 here?
Well, this game's all about Frank Lampard, and I reckon it will be 1-1.
Well, Lampard has played for both teams. Some people won't know. Well, you should know them. That's funny. And he actually scored in it when he played for City against Chelsea, one of his last games. Mental. Going off topic here, but actually, funnily enough, look at Chelsea's record recently, it's been terrible, right? But at home, they're unbeaten 11 games. They're drawing and winning games at home, and they've not been losing like they have. It's been away where they've been poor. They will definitely come back to the bridge, and they will be fighting for something. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here. I know head-to-head it doesn't end draw, but I just feel like both teams will take it in the end. Guess prediction, what is it?
I think this could be quite a humiliating fixture for Chelsea. I think this could be maybe 3-1 to Man City.
And finally, Southampton against Liverpool, 9th against 1st. Now, both of those teams have just had 0-0 draws. Now, the story here, Danny Ings against his old club, Theo. What's going to happen?
Can he score? Probably. But if you look at Saints recently, they haven't scored now in about, what, 350 minutes of play? We watched it last time. It's nuts. I mean, this is not the Saints that we were talking about a few weeks ago. I don't know what's happened. Maybe it's the win to break the high amount of games. But not even Danny Ings could find the net last game.
That is true. But Liverpool dropping 4 points to West Brom and Newcastle. Can they drop more points here?
They just simply can't. They just simply can't. And I know, for me, let me summarise this. The difference, they played Newcastle and West Brom. They both put 11 men behind the ball all game. Quite frankly, Liverpool couldn't find a way through. They found a way through a few times, but some big chances were missed. Salah, you know what I mean? Mane a couple of times. Basically, I think they're going to have more chance against Southampton because they play different football, Southampton, to West Brom and Newcastle. They're actually going to try and go for it.
Yeah.
A bit more outgoing. But what that will be their downfall in this game, I reckon. And I think it will leave gaps for Liverpool. Not too many times, but enough to score once. Hence why I'm going Southampton 0, Liverpool 1.
Wow, that is a very big shout, and I'm going for Southampton 0, Liverpool 2.
Wow, I think Mane will score against his old club. And over to our special guest.
If they are going to do a Europa League charge, which I think they're capable of, they need to win this game. And Liverpool have not looked good recently, so I think this game could be a draw. I think it's going to be 1-1.
Right, that is it. Game week 17 predictions complete. We've had to do this at like midnight, basically, after a stream. We're just tired, aren't we? Shattered. This winter period has been so busy for us because there's football, Premier League football every day.
It's December the 30th and I'm sober. I need a beer. Right, I'm going. I'm leaving. You finish it.
The day this video comes out, he's going to be... When you watch this video, he's probably pissed right now. New Year's Eve. That's like Thogden.
Responsible drinking.
Yeah, but let's be real with the subscribers here. This is your prime, Dad. You'll probably be watching this and Dad is probably fast asleep because he sneaked into my room and nicked my Russian Standard. If not my keg of, what's the beer called? It's your favourite beer as well.
Ghost Ship.
Oh, he's taken it.
Everyone have a brilliant new year.
Yeah.
Let's hope 2021 is better than 2020. How can it be worse?
It's been a horrible year, like, for everyone. We keep going about this, but this ain't negative.
Let's
pick up 2021. Let's have a much better year. And if you're watching this right now, I'm looking at you. This could be your year. Just think of something. Just think. Could be your year. Right, that's enough waffle. Enjoy the Premier League football. Enjoy 2021. It depends on when you're watching this video. I'm going to stop waffling. Have a good New Year's Eve. Don't get too drunk. And yeah, have a good one. Bye, guys.
See ya.